see public, when they see audience, when they see more people around them, so they get scared. This is called stage phobia, this is called stage fear. So it is their hard work, they're doing their job because they understand the responsibility. They know the reason, they know their individual reason which brings them here. So we should try and do things more and more we get scared of. For any species, everything is not possible, but we are the only one we can do anything we want. They succeeded with flying colors. It was their hard work. It's the Almighty who does everything, and I'm proud that I'm one of them who don't. There are only 3 things you need to crack any interview, especially for MNCs, BPOs and ITs. We start looking here and there, we start looking at the walls, looking at the floor, looking at the ceiling. The people like us, they just want us to talk to them. Simple. We want to be a lot of things. Sometimes you want to be cops, sometimes you want to be lawyers, sometimes you want to be, soldiers, sometimes you want to be doctors. I decided to be this what I am right now.
Sir, what made you inspired to become an English teacher?
Okay, so the question is what inspired me to be a trainer? Well, actually, I saw many of my friends, they used to go to different institutes to learn English communication. And I saw that the process, the training, the module they used to, get was all just the same format, repeated. And I saw that they had to struggle learning things. So one day I just suddenly, just clicked my mind. And I thought that, no, I should do things differently so that, it will be easy for people to understand and they'll be able to learn faster and in an easier way. So this is how I started, and I started and it worked. So I'm very happy for that. So that was, so my friends somewhere or the other, they were the reason why I started this.
Okay, so have you ever struggled with learning new things?
See, learning new things is not actually a struggle. It's about, loving things. So if you're doing something, what I believe is if you're doing something, no matter what you're doing, it can be any job, it can be any business, you can be in any profession. But if you're doing something, you have to love it. So if you start loving that, it'll be not a struggle, but it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. So every time when I get to know new things, it feels good because learning is a never-ending process. We keep learning all our life. So it's good. It's interesting. It's fun.
So what will you give advice to your students to become a more fluent in English?
See, fluency is something that matters after accuracy. If I talk especially about freshers, so I've seen people in the training, they come and I'm especially talking about the freshers, when they come in the training session, they start focusing, they start running after fluency. They think that fluency is something that matters the most, but no, they're wrong. So if you're a fresher, if you've initially started learning English communication, so you should work on accuracy. It means you can be slow, it's okay, but try to be accurate. It means your motto should be, if you're saying 10 sentences, then 9 should be correct grammatically. So this is what your target should be. And fluency is something that will come with time automatically. It's guaranteed. So I think that they should work on accuracy, and fluency they'll get with time. This was for freshers, but people who are experienced, who are good speakers, they just need to be, groomed a little more, and they just need some polish. So for them, can go to the playlist and see that.
Okay. So how did you learn English when you were not that much getting advantage? Because that time we didn't see any teacher and coaches.
Now that's a good question, how I learned. So actually, this time, the present era, I can say that things have become so easy. Why? Because we have a lot of gadgets. We have, we have some applications. We have the social media platforms, and things have become easy. We have all the luxury. We have all the facilities. We have all the liberty. But if I talk about a few years back, then things were not that easy. People had to struggle for things. So yes, it's a nice question. There were only teachers, and not many teachers, but a few teachers were there who were very good, who were good, they guided students very well. So there were some teachers who were the reasons, and then I was actually fond of cricket so much as to listen to the cricket commentary very much, as to replicate that, as to implement that. So this is how I learned, and then with time I got some more things. Why? Because when you're teaching, when you're training people, so you also get to learn things from them. It's not that only a teacher can teach his students. So students can also teach their teachers. So teachers can learn from the students too. So learning, like, we can learn from anywhere, anywhere, anyone. So this is how things go.
So, what will you give the advice to for those students who getting fumbled when they are speaking?
They have a stage phobia. I mean, I'm especially talking for freshers and talking about people who get so nervous. So um, this is advice, this is a feedback to them that they actually they get scared when they see public, when they see audience, when they see more people around them. So they get scared. This is called stage phobia. This is called stage fear. And the second thing is a complex issue. Complex issue as in, like, if we see people around us speaking better than us or performing better than us in the training sessions or anywhere. So we take our confidence level very down. We start thinking that we are nothing. We won't be able to speak up. Why? Because they're doing so well. So they're so well trained. So this is what, it clicks. And we take our confidence level so down. So we should not do this. Why? Because we should have this mindset that everybody is a learner. Everybody's learning. So you have to imagine, you have to consider the fact that they're also like you. Now, if they are doing better, if they're more confident than you, if they have better content than you, if they can deliver things better than you, then it's their hard work. They never stop you to do better. So it is their hard work. They're doing their job because they understand the responsibility. They know the reason. They know their individual reason which brings them here. So you have to understand the reason what brought you here in the training session first. And you should not get distracted and be confident. Try to speak fearlessly, boldly, openly, freely, like that. Because, and yes, try to face more and more sessions, more and more activities, more and more tasks given to you, and face the stage more. Why? Because I believe that things you get scared of, we should face them more. And that will bring, closer to perfection. So we should try and do things more and more we get scared of. So if you know that you fumble, you get scared, so try to face these things more. That will only give you perfection. So there's nothing impossible. Why? Because the word impossible itself says, I am possible, if you break it in 3 syllables. So try to understand, be confident, you can do it. Why? Because we are humans and we are the only species in the world we can do anything. Otherwise, you can see there are millions and billions of species on Earth. But for any species, everything is not possible. But we are the only one, we can do anything we want. So there's nothing impossible. Just keep up the hard work and be confident, be positive, and that will give you success.
Sir, how did you think that this career will be okay for you?
Actually, I do not consider this as a profession. I consider this as a service. Why? Because I'm serving you people. The trainees I train, I serve them. I serve you people. So this is actually not a profession. To me, it is actually a service. Now, if you ask me that, is it a good profession? Is it a good service? Then I would definitely say yes. Why? Because I've seen people doing jobs, and in fact, I have helped thousands of people, getting jobs. They're well settled. They're working in MNCs, BPOs, ITs, and there are many students, many trainees of mine who are in different countries. So they succeeded with flying colors. It was their hard work, and I somewhere or the other, helped them doing that. I was just a medium, and it's the Almighty who does everything. But yes, ultimately, I would say that it's quite easy to think about yourself, and most of the people, they think about themselves. But you would see very few people who do not think about themselves, but they think about the others. So I'm proud to be a VNA trainer, and I'm proud to be a part of it because I'm training people. I'm making their career. I'm giving them jobs. I'm just making them. So you can say that people like me, we are the makers. So we cannot think about ourselves. We don't have to be selfish. We have to give our 100% without any selfishness. So there are few people who do not think about themselves. Otherwise, mostly we see people think about themselves. And I'm proud that I'm one of them who don't.
So if someone have to go any interview, so how they have to practice?
Well, see, that is a nice question. I've already answered this question in many of my videos, but again, I would like to answer this. that when you're going for an interview, how would you crack it? How would you get through the interview? So, see, I would not make it very lengthy. I would tell you very easy, process. There are only three things you need to crack any interview, especially for MNCs, BPOs, and ITs. Three things, if you have, you can easily crack any interview. The first thing is confidence. You have to sound confident. Second, positivity. You have to be positive in the interviews. Now, there can be some HRs, the interviewers, who will check your ability, who will check your positivity. They'll ask you some questions wherein they try to trap you. So do not give negative answers there. Be positive. Give them positive responses. And most importantly, the third one is smooth interaction. Do not forget to have smooth interaction. Smooth interaction it means that you have to carry the right rate of speech when you are talking to the HRs or the interviews when you're in an interview. So you have to carry this smooth interaction. As in, I'd like to elaborate a little. Now, suppose if you're given a question, if you're asked a question by the interviewer or the HR. Now, what happens when we run out of ideas? We start looking here and there. We start looking the walls, looking the floor, looking the ceiling. So this is what we do. We shouldn't do that. The moment we get an answer, we should reply instantly then and there. So the rhythm that we start with, an interaction, we should continue with the same rhythm. It means the same rate of speech. So if you maintain smooth interaction, now again, I'll repeat, confidence, positivity, and smooth interaction. If you have these three things, you can clear any interview, especially for MNCs, BPOs, and ITs. So this is what they need. Why? Because after all, the HR or the interviewer who's screening you, they're also human beings like us. So there's nothing to get scared. They're people like us. They just want us to talk to them. Simple.
So when people are making a issue that when you speaking wrong, so how to handle that thing?
See, I have always told all my trainees that one should always take feedbacks positively. We shouldn't take them negatively. If somebody's rectifying you for your mistakes, you should thank them from inside. Why? Because they're giving you a chance to work on your flaws, on the weak links you have. So they are actually our mentors who are training us, who are giving us a chance to work on our weak links and flaws. So take feedbacks positively always, reply to them calmly, and thank them, because it's a learning process.
So when you were a child, so what do you want to become?
See, in childhood, when we are small, when we are kids, we want to be a lot of things. Sometimes you want to be cops, sometimes you want to be lawyers, sometimes you want to be soldiers, sometimes you want to be doctors. So childhood is like it's a kind of combination of all the feelings, the desires, the ambitions. But as you grow up, with time you get matured, and you get to know the reality, and then you ultimately choose the right track for you. So I wanted to be a lot of things, but then ultimately about almost 2 decades back, I decided to be this what I am right now.
So it was a nice conversation with Sir, and I am honored to be with him. I asked a lot of questions to Sir, and Sir answered very well. If you like this, so do like, share, and comment.